right, guys, what are early signs of burnout? Well, it's good to know this because you may not know that it's happening and you may not realize it until it's already happened, which is going to negatively affect your business. So as part of our bonus series here, we're talking about early signs of burnout, right? Because as an entrepreneur, it's going to happen. You're going to work so much, you're going to be addicted to what you're doing and love what you're doing so much, I would hope, that you're going to eventually burn out. So what are some strategies to prevent it and actually recover from it? Burnout doesn't happen overnight. It builds quietly and it strikes when you least expect it and when you don't know what's going on. So you want to make sure that you don't burn out, because when you do, it's going to be at the most inopportune time. And ultimately what's going to happen is it's going to affect your orders, your mood, your attitude, obviously some of your staff and your operations. And guess what? If you don't have these things in place, it's going to make you hate the business. And that's not why you started in the first place. You didn't start to hate the business. You didn't start being a business owner and entrepreneur because you wanted to hate the business. You wanted to have fun in it, right? So how do you detect early signs, and what are the early signs? Constant fatigue, even after rest. If you're getting 7-8 hours of sleep and you're tracking your sleep, but you're getting sleep and you're not feeling great, that's probably signs of burnout. Irritability and impatience with customers and your team, definite sign of burnout. Like I said, it's going to affect your team. It's going to affect your mental capacity, your thought process, your decision making, all of it. Losing passion for the business that you once loved. Just talked about that. If you don't love the business anymore, it's a sign of burnout. You just need to take a break, and it's ultimately growth pains because you're not doing something you should be doing. And when you're growing, things hurt, right? It's not easy. If it was so easy, every single person would be doing it. But being an entrepreneur and owning a business is not easy. So if you can understand that you need to grow, there's going to be growing pains, and some stuff is going to irritate you and make you mad and upset you. But guess what? You're growing, but that's different than burnout. And if you could separate those two, then you're good. If not, and it feels like this is the same thing all the time, it's definitely burnout, right? Instead of just growing. Now, escaping into distractions like social media and going on binge watching opportunities with, different Netflix or whatever the case, or not wanting to work at your business and avoiding the business, those are signs of burnout. You need to reevaluate. So what are some prevention strategies that are going to help you with not burning out in the first place? Set and enforce boundaries. Regular scheduled downtime, non-negotiable. This is my downtime. This is what I'm doing to sleep, and I'm not negotiating against that. Delegation. You don't have to do it all. We talked about all of these in earlier videos, by the way. If you don't know that, I would highly suggest that you watch those. Physical health, sleep, exercise, nutrition. What you eat, what your mentality is, what your exercise is, getting enough sleep. I can't tell you how important that is. This is vice versa for me, because in my 20s, I worked 22, 24 hours a day. I loved it. I was so addicted to it. I'm actually getting more work done now in an 8-hour period, 10-hour period, perhaps 12-hour period than I was 22 hours. I'm working 5 days a week, sometimes less. So ultimately, get your mental health right. This is a major, major, major one. It has its own section, because meditation, therapy, hobbies, doing something fun, spending time with your family, sometimes getting out of the business allows you to think about things that you wouldn't even think of, even if you're working on the business or unfortunately in the business. And what I try to do is take at least 3 times a year, maybe at the minimum 2, ideally 4, one every quarter, a dopamine detox, where I go for a weekend. We go somewhere, we go out to Mexico, we go get a cabin somewhere, and I'm just completely isolated from all communication. I'm there with my significant other, with my wife. We have a great time. We actually connect better, and there's no phones. Yes, the phone's there for an emergency, but I'm not on the phone every day like I would be ultimately if I'm running the businesses. I will check something, everything's good, everything's fine, we're good. Phone's down the rest of the day. We try to have a in the moment type of situation where I'm actually getting a dopamine detox, and then invigorates some good thought process and some good thought patterns, because those are the times when this stuff comes versus being distracted all day long. And the small distractions, checking your email 50 times a day. Check it once or twice. Unless you're in a project and you have instant communications that are going back and forth, which somebody could probably be handling for you, I check it once a day. Check it once in the morning, maybe once in the afternoon. We're good. I don't need to check it 50 times a day. That's a downfall for me. That's a distraction. Social media, I use it as a tool. All right. At the end of the day, I'll get on social media and I'll take a look, because it can be easily easily addictive, where you just start scrolling and before you know it, you went there for something and then you're doing something completely different. So make sure you understand these and you limit these, right? Burnout recovery takes time, so respect the healing process, right? And a burned out entrepreneur builds a burned out company. Prioritize your energy. Your staff and your team feel your energy. If you come in and you're pissed, if you're irritated, if you're burned out, they're gonna see it. I'm a totally different person I am today operating my companies and delegating versus when I was working in the businesses, managing them and running them as the owner and the CEO all at the same time. And my staff was just, they were sucking this negative energy up, and they were a reflection of me. Your culture is a reflection of you, and so is everything in the business. So do not burn out, do not let it affect you, and we'll see you on the next video.